Hi guys, in this video I want to show you how to deploy the Docker containers using Docker Compose, and in this video we will deploy the Postgresql and PgAdmin on Docker containers. So first we will check the image. So let's see the image. So this is the Postgres image, and same as we are checking for pgadmin Docker image. So these two are the images which the Docker Compose will pull and deploy. So it will, instead of pulling one by one manually, we will see how Docker Compose will do for us in single click by deploying YAML file. So first just open terminal. So inside terminal, just I placed a YAML file in some path. I will open that path now. CD desktop Docker, and inside it pgdev cd pg. So now we can see the docker compose.yml file here. So just let's open it. Docker, and the YAML file contains the details of the two images. One is DB, PostgresDB, and one is pgadmin. And here in pgadmin, the image is pulled from dpage pgadmin4. So what we have seen here is same dpage pgadmin4, and Postgres it will pull from here. Postgres is pulled from Postgres, and the restart. What restart is says, whenever the container is down, it will restart. Always it will restart the container. And environment, inside environment we can see password and user ID. So here I mentioned the DB as Postgres, the Postgres user as admin, and password as is change set secret. Okay, save it. And the data, let's give the path, this path to store the data, and volume, and it will reduce the memory consumption, and it will this Docker volumes will help to store data. And the port, the Postgres port, default port is 5432, and we mentioned 5431, so it is local port, and 5432 is the port of Docker, the default port of Postgres. And coming to pgadmin, so as I mentioned before, image is dpage pgadmin4 latest, and restart I also gave it as always. Environment, inside environment we mentioned the email ID, password, and the port as 80, the local host port. And the ports in the local it's port 8080, and in local it's 80. So the left side one is local one, and this is one is on the internet. So volumes, again we mentioned the volume for this, and links, so PGSQL server. So this we will give inside the pgadmin. So in a moment I will tell you. And TTY I gave it true, so it will help us to log in using this ID. So let's run this. So we should run it as a super user. Sudo docker compose up in a detached mode. So I am giving my password. So it's now pulling the Postgres first, and after that it will pull the pgadmin. So it will take few minutes to pull. It is around 80 MB I think, and pgadmin is around 300 MB. So it will take some time. It's pulling. It just take few minutes compared to the normal way, which you need to install separately the Postgres and PgAdmin, and it is lot of overhead, and Docker is helping us in this. So Docker compose is very easy way. So just within one command we are running the two containers. We are running the two images and deploying the into two containers. So containers will be ready in a moment. We'll see the containers by using docker ps command. So it's done. pgdev db1. So it is first image is deployed, and pgadmin is deploying. Let's see. Yes, it is done. So that's inside the super user, and just run docker ps a for all. So here are the two containers. Containers will contain container id, image. So first one is related to pgadmin4, second one is Postgres, and you can see the command created status. So here we deployed pgadmin on port number 80. It is localhost, and the other Postgres on 5431. So these two are deployed. So let's see the images. So these are the two images. On running these two images, we ran those using docker compose. The containers will be started by running the images. So first one is the Postgres, second one is on D page for pgadmin. So let's see. Let's connect to them. So IP will give us the IP address where we can run it. Directly we can open on localhost, but this is alternate way. Okay, here 8080. Pgadmin is ready. So this is the admin. This is the username and password which we gave inside YAML file. Here we gave the user ID and password. So just log in into the pgadmin, and in a moment it will log in. As we are in pgadmin now. So after going to pgadmin, we should connect to server. Create the server. Let's just create. Let's give the name as admin.db. Okay, and connection here we can give. Previously I told this one, the DB. So name you can give there. And admin. Okay. Let's say yes. This is one way to connect. And if you are facing any issues with using this process, you can connect in alternate way. That's connect. I will say that also. So remove the server for now. Again I am connecting. _id db. Okay, and here instead of giving that name, we can get the IP address of Postgres. So we will get it. Okay. So we will get it by passing this command. So docker inspect docker ps, it will give container id. A is for all containers which are to now. So if we can see here the IDs, we want that ID. So docker inspect. For Postgres the ID is this one. Just copy and paste here. We should grab, we want only IP address, so we don't want all the content. So just we want IP address. So just grab the what we want. Grab the IP address is IP. So it will give us IP address. This we should give there for connection of pgadmin to Postgres. So here we can see here we should give it admin and same. Here it will connect same way as before. So now after connecting to the database, there will be schema inside it. Inside schema you can see the tables. So the way to import is just click here, Postgres, restore, tar file, here upload, click here, click on here, so selected, open, all files, okay, click on here and select. So it is selected, just click on restore. So table will be restored. If it is already there, it will show some error, otherwise it will restore the data inside the DB. So the data is already present in my DB. So click on tables. If I want to run the query, just right click here. There is a query tool. Here you can run the queries, whichever query you want. From film database, you can see here the table, the column inside it, the primary key, the constraints here. So we can find primary key, foreign key and primary key you can find here. Just run it. F5. So we'll get all the data present in the table. So we have successfully ran the images and the containers are up. Just in few minutes we done it without any overhead. So if I want to just close those containers, just go to the terminal and just run docker. First you should stop and then remove. If you want to remove directly, you can remove by using force. So docker, yes, the container IDs, and here docker stop and give the container ID. It will stop that container and then we can remove it. So docker rm is to remove. We can remove like this, and there is another way. Directly we can remove it without stopping by using force. Docker remove force, and let's remove the second Postgres container. Click on here, so it will be removed. So containers are removed, but images will be there. So images are there. Whenever we want, we can run this and we can practice the SQL commands pgadmin. It is very easy way to learn like this compared to like installing separately Postgres and separately PgAdmin. Docker made our life easy. That's what I want to say in this video. Thank you.